Hello again, YouTube. I'm sorry if anybody watched that other 2-minute video. It was supposed to be like a 5-minute video. I didn't realize after I went to start the bike that I had turned off the camera. Anyway, I figured out why that carburetor number 2 was leaking. It was the little tube that connects carburetor 1 and 2 for the fuel supply. So it's not the professional way of doing it. Oh no. Oops, I just pulled that off. Yay, eBay special. But pulled that off, and it was that little tube in there, so I didn't want to take the carburetors apart. Probably just gonna wind up ordering a set of Mikuni RS34 flat side. They're racing upgrade. I don't think I'm ever gonna race this bike, obviously, but they are an upgrade for this bike, and I would highly recommend it because these are good, decent carburetors, but they're definitely showing signs of age, and I'm having a feeling of deja vu. So anyway, I got it hooked up to the life support. I gotta wait till tomorrow to start the bike because I gotta do the RTD. And now here's why you don't buy cheap pod filters. I gotta glue that now. Yippee for me. Anyway, that's just one of my bikes. Oh, and I got my hoop. The size was a little off, but I'm gonna have one of my friends weld me like a brace bar in between them, and then just weld it on there. It came with the LED light bar. Kind of cheesy if you ask me, but 20 bucks from China, what can you expect? And I mean I do appreciate the affordable stuff, and I'm not trying to talk bad. I'm not rich by any means. I work blue collar working man. But yeah, I like thinking with bikes. So this is my latest project. As I said before, it's an 82 GS 1100G that I got for free. It was one of those parked on the side of the road with a big old free U-Haul sign on it, and loaded in the back of a truck with 2 flat tires. Happy as hell. Pardon my language, YouTube. Happy as heck. Had to ride in the back holding the front brake, and I don't know how that front brake was holding anything. It looked like pancake syrup was in the reservoir, but hot dog, they held. And cleaned out the front brake. Both front brake reservoirs. Haven't messed with the back yet. I want to see if I can get it running a little bit better first. But yeah, they are similar to Harley Sportster brakes. They're the pie or the pizza shape, pizza slice. They're not the floating rotors. These are all OEM, and it is a shaft drive motorcycle. So that is these are more for sports touring bikes to kind of compete with Harleys. I mean, nothing beats a Harley Rumble in my opinion, but I don't know. I've always kind of been drawn to Japanese sports bikes. About to share some fun facts with you. So here's my other collection of bikes. Underneath there, and my new tires for my truck. Underneath the tarp is a 79 cb750L. It's got a hole in the cylinder jugs on, if you're facing it now, the left 2 cylinders, so the right if you're sitting on it. And so I'm gonna need new cylinder jugs, maybe just rebuild the whole top end, leave the block. This is my 2001 cbr600f4i, first year of fuel injected. That's what the F4Is stand for. There's actually 2 different versions of this bike. There's the F4, which is the carbureted, and it has a single, almost Gixxer looking style, like almost triangle headlight, versus the 2, I call these Batwing headlights because this looks like the Batmobile bike. But I got this bike. It was another project. I had to put it back together. They tried to have the bank angle sensor. The people I got it from, or the people my friend that I got it from had the bank angle sensor plugged in, where you would plug the dyno tuner in, would dyno tune it, or like the code reader. It would be the code reader on a car where you would plug that in. So got her running all nice. I love this bike. But my favorite one is actually the 2003 Buell Firebolt XB9R. So it's 989 cc's. Basically a American Muscle Leader bike. They did make the 1200cc version, which a really good friend of mine has. I haven't ridden it yet, but this would smoke the CBR around a track any day of the week. The CBR would probably beat it in a quarter mile. The Buell might take it in the 1/8 mile, but that's because the Buell has way lower end torque. So you're basically, once you hit 2000 RPMs, like it idles at like 1000, you've got constant torque all the way to redline, as where on the CBR you're not making power until like 8,000, and then it really makes power 10 to 14,000 RPMs, and it gets kind of scary. The other thing that makes the Buell better around a track is the fact that, I don't know how many people actually know this, the frame is the gas tank. This is just an air box, plastic air box. The frame is the tank, and the swing arm is where the oil goes, so it's got a super low center of gravity, and you can definitely feel the weight difference when the tanks are full. This is a different animal. The Buell is more rider friendly with less tech. The CBR is like old school. I don't want to call it leader bike because it's definitely no leader bike, but you've got to really pay attention to it, and really watch your leans and your center, where your center of gravity is, because it's not super low like that. It does have the Micron full carbon, well, not full carbon fiber, but carbon fiber slip on with a Micron downpipe factory headers. And then over here in the corner is my little sv650. This bike and the Buell remind me so much of each other. They're both V-twins, for those of you that didn't know. The Suzuki SV stands for Sports V-twin, and the first generation was carbureted. They did not make 1000cc, but when they did, they used the Widowmaker TL 1100 1000cc engine, and they are incredible. I kind of want to do a swap to that engine on this tiny little frame and see what I can get. But this is a fun little bike. I call it Norawashi, which means cursed in Japanese, because this poor little thing has been low-sided and high-sided so many times before I got it and after I got it. But what people don't realize, and it's half my fault, I grabbed the brake too hard, and it's super lightweight, and when I got it, I made the mistake of not cleaning the brake rotors, and the right side one happened to be a little sticky, so it had a tendency to lock up. So maintain your brakes. But this kind of turned into a comparison video with the GS 1100. If I could afford a new Harley, I would take it, but I don't know if I quit buying project bikes like this, or acquiring them and having to put money in. I have probably less than $600 in a free bike, so if I can get it going for less than 15, I think I'll have a good bike. All the cylinders work. It had good compression. They were all sitting right around 160. 180 is perfect. It's got 30,000 miles. But this one is going to be my cafe cruiser, kind of bobber cafe something, I don't know, for long distance trips, if I'm going to get the motor right. It sounded good. The only concern I have is the oil light doesn't turn on, and I forgot to go to Napa and get oil and a filter. I just got off work and came home and made this video. So please like, please subscribe. I'm new to this. I'm filming on a Galaxy phone because it's easier to just do raw footage and not edit it. At the moment, I do all this by myself. So if you watch Fast Lane D videos, or the Bearded Mechanic, or even Brian636 or Jixerbra, I know Dan from Bearded Mechanic is the camera guy, probably video editor, and Makos from Fast Lane D. Give those guys some love in those guys' videos if you watch them. It is a lot harder to edit and make videos than it is to actually work on and fix on a bike, in my opinion. So I would like to once again give a huge thank you and shout out to Craig the Bearded Mechanic. If it wasn't for his videos, I probably wouldn't know how to fix half of my bikes. And also shout out to Spite and Spite's Corner for telling me about the bank angle sensor and all the little things on the F4i. I would probably not have got that running. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch this. And I appreciate you guys helping me get rolling. Thank you. This is Dr. Suzuki, the Ginger Mechanic, signing off. Thank you.